What is going on, guys? Hope you guys are having a blessed and wonderful day. As you see from the title of the message, let's just go ahead and get straight to it. We can go ahead and get into it. But this isn't gonna be a long message or anything like that, but I feel like it's gonna be a very, very helpful message for someone out there today on just how to reduce stress on your heart. The reason that I bring this up is because I have a family member who's dealing with this right now, having heart problems, and the doctors are really saying it's because, it's very stressed and all these things. And, she was saying she don't know how to reduce stress and stuff like that. And I I feel like God brought this on my spirit to say this because this is something I used to deal with. And I'm not that old either. Like, I'm pretty young, but I still was literally in this space where that was a big problem for me. Is I didn't really know how to reduce stress. And so I know I'm just at this young age, so I know for her she's a lot older than I am. So I know having stress on your heart that long, man, because she hasn't really learned how any other way. It's really been like for years. So it just makes me think like, man, like to be stressed out that long, like you can only imagine that it's like it makes sense why your heart is having problems. So and now I'm in a better place right now where I don't really stress anymore. And the way I want to tell somebody today how to reduce your stress, the same way I did, is to really start having more faith in God. That's really what it starts at. That's really what it starts at. You can do so many other things, but it's really like you just have to have more faith in God, and you have to have your heart set on God and not stress. You know what I'm saying? You have to really start really just having faith in God way more than what you are doing. That takes away so much stress, anxiety, worry, fear. I'm telling you, I wouldn't tell you something I didn't do. I was taught this by my mentor. Dang, how did I mess it up? But I was taught this by my mentor, and I did it. It took some time for me to really get used to doing this, but all these techniques that I learned, they work. Like, you have to keep your heart set on God. You have to pay attention to your thoughts. Any thought that is negative or whatever thought is causing you stress, because a lot of times what's causing you stress is just your thoughts. And a lot of times some of those thoughts are just thoughts that haven't even that events that haven't even happened yet, or they will not happen at all. But your mind goes into the state of worry and stress and fear so fast every time something happens. Like, it amazes me how quick it happens. Like, it happens so quick and it just blows my mind. It's so easy to forget. It's so easy to forget who your God is sometimes. Like, you just have to have more faith in God. You have to really know who your God is and understand that whatever situation it is, like, you really have to understand it, really believe it. Whatever your situation is, that God can change it in an instant. In an instant. Whatever situation you're in today, it can change in an instant. I'm telling you, I keep my mindset like that every single day, and I do not stress or worry like that anymore. Anytime I have a negative thought, which is rare now, honestly, because I've practiced doing the technique so long of pay attention to my thoughts, and I still do it because this is something that you're constantly gonna do. But you pay attention to your thoughts. If whatever thought is like causing that stress, fear, anxiety, or worry, you take that thought and submit it to the will of God. That's what you do. At first I was like, man, there's no way that's gonna work. But I'm just telling the truth. When I was first doing it, I was like, man, there's no way that's gonna work. But as time went on, as I kept getting my butt whooped mentally, I was like, I finally gave in. I was like, all right, let me try doing this. And I did it every single day. And it works. It really does work. It took away a lot of stress, a lot of worry, a lot of fear. And it's really just me having more faith. You really think about it, you really just have to have more faith in God, man, honestly. It sounds so, I hate to say it, but it sounds so simple, but it is simple. It is simple. To not, I mean, and when you're in the middle of something, it's a little bit different. When you're in the middle of it, I already know it's a little bit different. It's kind of hard to see these things. Like I said, I've been through it myself plenty of times. I know how it is. It's a little hard to see it like that, but the one thing you got to remember is that no matter what situation you're going in, it's all about perspective. It's all about changing your perspective. Because problems are going to happen, right? We all know that problems are going to happen. We all know that we're going to have problems. Struggles are going to come. Things like that are going to happen. But the thing is, it's all about how we look at these problems. It's all about how we look at them. We can look at something like it's never going to get done, or this is never going to happen. Or you could look at something like and say this will get done because God's word never returns to him void. This will get done. This will get handled. I will be healed. I will be okay. God has me. All these things, and stop thinking about the negative so much. And that's what I had to do. I had to stop thinking about the negative so much and focus more on the positives. Which of the positives is anything that God says is positive. That's the positives. And you just keep your heart focused on that. Stop thinking negative so much. That's what's causing that stress. You're really, and it's crazy because this is like pretty much the devil's little trick or plan with us, is to cause all these problems that, happen over and over again. He playing events in our head that hasn't even happened. Just trying to get under our skin. And that's his ultimate plan, is to stress us out so badly that, it hurts our health, right? It hurts our mental. We think we're going crazy. Things like this. Starts planting seeds of doubts inside of you. It's just his little way of just messing with you mentally. But when you keep your heart set on God, fully set on God, and understand who God is, and really believe that your situation can change, those little things that the devil's doing, they don't get in anymore. It doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work. The only reason he's playing with you so much is because it's still working on you. But when it stops working on you, he's gonna go away. Because now you're starting to see it from a different perspective to where you can fight him off. You see? But until you really just grasp it, until you really just getting it, he's going to keep playing with you. Even sometimes he'll try to play with me sometimes, but I'm quicker. I'm quicker on it. I'm quicker to understand it now. I'm quicker to jump on it now. I'm quicker to really just be, come out of that mindset of doubt and worry. Like, don't go into that mindset of doubt and worry. That's a bad mindset to be in. It's going to set you up. It's going to set you up for the kill. I'm telling you right now. But, I don't want to talk your ears off today, guys. But I do want to give you 2 scriptures to kind of go with what I'm saying today. And, they helped me out throughout the just this whole journey. And, they might help you out as well. But the first one I really just want to share with you is Matthew 6:34. This is the ESV. Therefore, do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will be anxious for itself. Sufficient for the day is its own trouble. Basically saying, don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to happen in its own thing. Like, you're trying to jump too far ahead. And that's something I had to do. I had to stop trying to jump so far ahead. A lot of times we try to jump way too far ahead when, no, just focus on today. Just worry about today. And, just calm down, really calm down, and just worry about today. Like today, like keep it inside your mind. Like today I can choose to be positive. Today I can choose to, don't even worry about tomorrow. That's something I had to stop doing myself. And the second one, Philippians 4:6, ESV. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be known to God. Do not be anxious about anything, but pray. And keep a heart of expecting. Like, expect things to happen for you. That's really what belief is. Like, even if you can't really see it, expect it to happen. Because if God said it, it will be done. Now, when will it happen? That's for God to know. Some things is just not for us to know. But what we can do is just go ahead and start praising him and thanking him in advance for taking us out of our situation. Whatever situation it is, we can go ahead and start, thanking him. We can already have that mindset of gratitude already and thankfulness. And that just it takes your mind off of that stressful stuff. It takes your mind off of all that negativity. You're no longer thinking negative anymore. Now you're inside of a flow where you're just staying positive. Because when you focus on the things of God, it's only positive. The only reason you're stressing so much is because you're focusing too much on the negative. You're spending more time over here and less time over here, when you need to spend less time over here and more time over here on the things of God. And really, if you really just want to really reduce that stress, today, tonight, whatever time it is, ask him to give you some more faith. Just pray for faith. It was a lot of times I had to pray for faith. And sometimes that's all you really just need, is just more faith. Sometimes you just need more faith because, like I said, you don't want to be in the mindset of doubt, because now you're limiting God. You're limiting God when you go into the mindset of doubt. And you don't ever want to limit God, because you don't want to bring God down to your situation, because God is bigger than your situation. He's way bigger than what your situation is, and you don't want to shrink him down. You see what I'm saying? That's why you really don't want to be in that mindset of doubt. That's a bad place to be in, because you start limiting what is possible, when you could just be in that mindset of, oh, this is nothing. It'll be handled. I know there's going to be a way made. You have to start thinking like that and stop thinking so, negative. And like I said, I understand. I know it's hard. I know it's very hard. It's not easy. It's easier said than done. But the thing is, you got to understand that it takes time. And this is where patience really kicks in. This is why God, stresses patience so much, because it takes time to really understand this and get into the groove of doing things. Like, it takes time. It's a process. But if you work on this process every single day, you're eventually gonna get it. You're gonna get it eventually. If you're working on it every single day, you're eventually gonna get it, whatever that may be. If you're on it every single day, you're gonna get it. And don't even worry about the timing. I know that's hard to say. I know it is. But don't even worry about the timing. Just go on God's timing. Just go on God's timing. That's all you have to do, is just go on God's timing, man. If he told you when everything was going to happen, there would be no need for your faith. You see what I'm saying? There would be no need for you to learn new things and do all these things if he just gave it to us. But, through us being patient, we're going to learn. Through you being patient, you learn so much. You learn so much, and you learn the things necessary for whatever it is that you're praying for.